Hey all, 118 Set Shadow here. So with yesterday, we got announcements of Lilfa and her new support, and tomorrow we should be getting announcements of Hasret with her new support. Well, since we covered potential cards that could see buyouts and the main cards themselves, I'm not going to be covering them again. We'll probably look at them a little later down the line after we see some different movements. One thing I do want to cover, though, which I didn't cover last time, is a card for Lilfa's support, which apparently has been one of the bigger double Rs of Lyrical Set 3. I probably should have covered this one sooner, but favorite one, Flirty, which is a double rare from Lyrical Set 3. Current market price on this card is $6-ish, and the FR is currently out of stock with a market price of $19. And this card is more of Lilfa support, in that it can call grade 3s from your hand during the battle phase, and Lilfa is all about grade 3, grade 2 units to do bigger attacks overall and multiple attacks on top of that. And the new Lilfa also provides you with additional shield on top of that. So the FR is currently off the market here, and when it comes to availability of the double rare, there are 11 listings starting at about $9, which is almost double the market price at this point. Going a bit into Token Rambu, one thing I didn't cover before, and I didn't really look at this card before, but it's effectively like the free hot of Token Rambu. Kenshin Kagemitsu Kiwame has the ability to pull Persona Rides out of your deck, and also serves as a 10k booster, which makes a good magic number when boosting grade 3s. The card is a triple rare that's currently selling for about $550. The market price is $640. And when we take a look at the Token Rambu rare, we've got 4 listings on that one at around $10, both market price and base listing. And when it comes to the SP copy, it's got a market price of $35, and then it has 2 listings available from $40 right now. Looking back at training equipment, I think it was sold out for the Token Rambu rare when I last checked it. It has 6 listings there now, starting from $11.50, and the market price is currently $9.92, whereas the double rare is still under $1 for both its market price and its available listings, and there are lots of copies available for the lowest displayed listings here. And when it comes to the Token Rambu rare listings, the base ones range from 11 to 15 with not that many copies available. Taking a look at some high rarity cards, the first is going to be the secret rare of Blitz CEO Welstra. This is the original Welstra that first came out of set 7, not the new Divine Series one, so that's part of the reason why you can see such a low price for it being a secret rare. $30 is the lowest price available. The market price is currently $52, but this card has only sold twice. It's only sold twice since its initial release. First for $75 back in March, and more recently at about $30. There are only 2 listings that are under $35 right now. After that, it ranges from $45 to $116. So if you want Welstra for the bling factor, I mean, between this and the FFR, I think the FFR still has the better look, but this is effectively the rarest version on the market, so if you're a fan of Welstra, probably good to pick this up at 30s. It is a popular unit. Light Elemental Pachiri, which is one of our generic critical triggers from Fated Clash. This card had a promo reprint with SP foiling that is only given out to winners of the Constructed Cup, which has passed. Now, the card has been selling for $100 on TCG Player, and currently we have listings as high as $120, or as low as $120 right now. Market price on this is $89, so those who bought it under $100 definitely made out pretty nicely. And currently it hasn't been selling for $120 or higher. And will it? I mean, there are tons of different generic critical triggers that you can pick up, not specific to nations. Pachiri is one of the few that has the full SP foiling, though. So It's definitely got its value, and it is you could say it's a trophy, given that it's only given out to the winners of the Constructed Cup. So it's got sentimental value in that sense, too. On top of that, the artwork is not too bad. And if the Leafly was any indication, because I have a few of those look really nice. So this card also probably has a really nice appearance just being in your binder. Steam Battler Goonram. The SP of this one, which is we only have the SP out of this from set 1. This card is currently $45 base, higher than that. It sold last in May for 45 plus, but before that it was selling for only 11, so the market price is only about $16. Hasn't really been selling since the mid of May, and right now available listings range from 45 all the way to 90. Most of them are available for 50 right now. And I can't really say hold the line here, given that we don't see that many sales of this, and I don't think we're going to see that much play of Goonram in comparison to Brainwash going forward, although Brainwash has a bunch more high rarity options, though that's more so because of the BSF full art version of it. Goonram's only real high rarity is this version. Minurva has been going up in value, and it's actually been going up since last month in terms of market price. But the card itself has still been holding underneath $10 for most of its sales. We did get some new support announcement for DivineZ 3, which could also be driving this now. But right now the card has been selling from about $5 to $9 on the market. And market price is currently around $6.12, which has been increasing from under $4.50. It's been closer to $4 for some time, but when we take a look at available listings, they're congregating closer and closer to $10 right now. But sporadically, we'll see listings that pop up that are, $4 to $5. So if that continues to happen, it's probably best to just keep on waiting those out. I don't think we're going to see much of a spike in Minurva's playability from its new support, but regardless, it is an iconic unit. To that same point, we've also got Chamomile, which is one of the biggest support cards for Minurva. This one's market price hasn't really been moving around. It's been on an uptrend since the end of March, but that's not saying much. It's increased from $1-ish to $1.27, and the sales are still pretty much $1 change to $2 sometimes. So overall, we're not seeing a big, massive gain on the Regalia support, even with these new announcements. I don't anticipate there's going to be a really big gain out of it, but there will be players who definitely want to give Minurva another try. Something that is going up in value, which I called before, is torrential energy research. Now, I already talked about how the FR was going up in value, and now we only have $25 listings on that right now, 2 of them overall. But the rare also sped past its chump change to become $1 at least. And all these lowest listings are now closer to $2. This again is due to the combined value of playing Eva as well as Archite coming out with its new support. And Archite did not get any new research orders to play, so this is still the only research order to really play in Archite. Now that the cost is at least $2, well, it's probably best to pick these up at this point, given that it's down to 10 listings. And for those who really want to try out Archite, yeah, you'll definitely at least want to pick these up while you can. If it's anything like Freischütz Maximum, I could see this basically holding around $3 tops, given that Freischützer is more of a $4 or $5 and has less printing. But this one, $2 to $3 doesn't seem too bad. Looking over Dra Jeweled cards, I just wanted to see where this is at right now. The biggest one is still the original DSR from set 7 at a market price of $220, and the base listings about $230. The FFR of Ignis, the grade 4, has a market price of $85 and a low listing of $74. Then we got the FFR of the original Dra Jeweled artwork at $55, higher than the market price of $40. Then we've also got the secret rare from Triple Drive. From Triple Drive. The secret is currently $65 base, but it has a market price of $35, while the SIR is $16 base and $13. Mask has no love. The secret rare is at the same price I was able to sell the FFR for a while back, $40, and the FFR is currently underneath $10 for its market price and base listing. Otherwise, yeah, there's not much notable. Dra Jeweled is still not really budget, I suppose, given that... I guess you could say it is if you're picking it up for all the cheapest rarities, but if you want to pick up stuff like Brainwash or Goonrom to play as techs, which I don't even know if you play those anymore, that would definitely increase the price. But a lot of Dra Jewel's overall techs tend to be dollars in comparison to some other decks. Roaming Prison Dragon has been seeing some more movement as we get closer to Divine 2, given that Zorga is also getting its new Divine form by that time. Right now, though, the triple rare has 26 listings starting from $10.25. The SP has one $29 listing, but after that, it's $50 plus. And I will say, I had a listing around $50 myself where I only had 2 copies and they already sold in the last 2 weeks separately. So that $29 one feels a bit more fleeting, but I will say this card is getting reprinted in Festival 2024, which will definitely put the triple rare, keep the triple rare down in value, but the SP is, I think it's fighting against an FFR in that one, so we still have to wait and see what happens there. Bullet of Creation Pons Mirma. This is the Brantgate Energy Cycler from Fated Clash, where it's the cheapest in terms of triple rares. $8.26 is the current market price, and almost all the other ones are at least in the $10 range. The silver rare is currently at about $11, and the FFR is an interesting one at $50 right now with a market price of almost $57. Where I say it's interesting because it's odd how the FFR of this one is more expensive than Brave Shooter for Stoichia, but Stoichia's silver rare and triple rare are both higher than this one. Then we've got Direful Dollmaster Androld, which this one I feel like is a bit more of budget to play for Dark States, given that the triple rare of this one is about $3 right now. The market price is $5, but if we take a look at available listings on that one, oh, I guess it does move more to $5. Even so, most of the other cards that you can play in here, you can play cyclers for it, which will drive up the price a bit, but you could technically play this even without those and just go with Zargon. Although Zargon is a $2 rare right now, so that does put a bit more value on it. Even so, it's not one of those triple rares that just has a bunch of really big like side support cards that you need to play. There are various ways you can play it on budget too. Imgrar, which is our biggest promo for June, July. Current status of this is that it's still expensive. $60 for the regular promo and $85 for the foil version. Both of them are below the current market prices, so the price is going down, but the number of listings available is still combined under 15 listings, so there are just not that many copies to go around. It'll take more time, more tournaments, but eventually we'll see more of these get distributed. But don't forget, Eva is a popular deck, and so just keep that in mind. And our final card today is Ox Machine Monster Savoid, which I covered the reprints of Festival 2024, and this is one of them, but the card's value is still up there, and it's still short on listings. The market prices are about the same for the regular and the foil, but base prices, there's only one listing a piece on each of these. $18 for the regular one and $35 for the foil. So, given that I believe this one gets an FFR as well, so we're going to have competition on that front, which should drive these prices down once they finally come out. And Archite comes out after Festival 2024, so that should further keep these in check once these get their reprint. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.